Hello and welcome to grammar class. Today's topic is inflection, conjugation and declension. Well, in English grammar, inflection or accidence means changing a word in form to achieve a new and specific meaning. In other words, to inflect a word means to alter or change the form of a word to create a new and specific meaning. In English grammar, there are two types of inflection, namely conjugation and declension. The inflection of verbs is called conjugation, while the inflection of nouns, pronouns, adjectives and adverbs is called declension. To put it simply, when you inflect a verb, you call it conjugation. When you inflect a noun, pronoun, adjective or an adverb, you call it declension. Now let's understand the concept of conjugation clearly. You see, the conjugation of a verb is the process in which a verb may take various forms either by inflection, that is, by changing its basic form, or by combining with auxiliary verbs to express tense, voice, number, person, mood, etc. So we understand that verbs are conjugated to mark the tense, voice, number, person or mood, etc. In other words, without conjugation of the base form of a verb, we cannot express its tense, voice, number, person or mood. It's clear that verbs are conjugated either by inflecting its base form or by combining it with an auxiliary or by doing both these things. Now see how verbs are conjugated in different ways to express their tense, voice, number, person, mood, etc. At first, for the first person singular subject I, the verb play is in its base form, play. But for the third person singular subject he, the verb conjugates as plays. In this case, the verb conjugation denotes the change of person. In the next example, for the singular noun boy, the verb form is plays. But for the plural subject boys, the same verb conjugates as play. Here the verb conjugation expresses the plural number of the noun. In the present continuous tense, for the singular subject boy, the verb form is playing. But if the subject is plural boys, the verb conjugates as are playing. In this case too, the verb conjugation marks the plurality of the noun. Now see how the verb conjugation expresses the tenses. In this example, the four conjugations of the verb play show the four different tenses of the verb. The verb play conjugates as plays in simple present tense. It conjugates as is playing in present continuous tense. It conjugates as played in simple past tense and as will play in simple future tense. This is just an example to show how a verb has different conjugations to show its different tenses. A verb is also conjugated to show its voice. The verb killed in simple past tense active voice conjugates as was killed in passive voice. Here the main verb killed is conjugated by combination with the auxiliary verb was. The verb conjugation also indicates the different moods of the verb. For example, in the sentence he plays is in the indicative mood. But in the next sentence, I suggest he played today, the same verb conjugates as play because it's in the subjunctive mood. Then in the conditional sentence, if he played, we would win, the verbs played and would win show the past subjunctive mood. So verbs have specific conjugations to show their specific moods. Verbs are also conjugated to create verbal nouns, infinitive and gerund. In the sentence he wants to play is an infinitive, and in the sentence he enjoys playing is a gerund. Now what are regular and irregular verbs? Well, if a verb is conjugated by suffixing d, ed or ied to its end, For the simple past tense or the past participle form, it's called a regular verb. Why? Because this pattern of conjugation is regular or consistent and predictable. For example, play to played and played, turn to turned and turned, copy to copied and copied. In this way, play, turn and copy are regular verbs. On the other hand, all other verbs that are conjugated by inconsistent and unpredictable inflections or changes to their forms are known as irregular verbs. Now see how verbs are conjugated through irregular inflections for the simple past tense and the past participle form. For example, eat to ate and eaten, see to saw and seen, run to ran and run, catch to caught and caught, do, did, done, etc. We notice that verbs such as eat, see, run, catch, do, etc. undergo irregular or inconsistent inflections, so they are called irregular verbs. Verb be and verb have are also highly irregular verbs. Verb be has many conjugations such as am, is, are, was, were, be, being and been. While verb have conjugates as have, has, having and had to express tense, mood, person, number, etc. Up next, we have declension in English grammar. You see, the term declension covers the inflections of noun, pronoun, adjective and adverb. The declension of nouns and pronouns express their number, gender and case, while the declension of adjectives and adverbs marks their degrees of comparison. But first up, the declension of nouns. Well, nouns are declined to express their number, gender and case. For example, the singular nouns book, class and candy have been declined by suffixing s or es or ies to their ends to pluralize them. This is called regular inflection. Why? Because suffixing s, es or ies is a consistent and predictable pattern of inflection. But man to man, child to children, tooth to teeth are examples of irregular or inconsistent inflection. In short, all these are examples of declension to express the plural number. Nouns are also declined to show the opposite gender. Prince to princess, tiger to tigress, governor to governess are examples of regular inflections. So these nouns are called regular nouns. But hero to heroine is an example of irregular inflection. So hero is an irregular noun. Nouns are also declined to mark their possessive or genitive case. For example, boy to boys, baby to babies, girls to girls. Then pronouns are also declined to express their number, person, case and gender. For example, I, me, mine are first person pronouns. You, your, yours are second person pronouns. He, him and his are third person pronouns. I to we, he to they, these to these, myself to ourselves are examples of the pronoun declension to show the plural number. The pronoun declension also points out the gender. He and she, him and her, his and her are the examples of masculine and feminine gender. Pronouns are also declined to express their cases. For example, I, we, he, she, they and who are in the nominative case. These pronouns are declined as me, us, him, her, them and whom respectively in the objective case. And in the possessive case, they are inflected as my, our, his, her, their and whose. Finally, like I said earlier, adjectives and adverbs are also declined to express their comparative and superlative degrees. For example, the adjective fat is declined as fatter in the comparative degree and as fattest in the superlative degree. The adverb fast is declined as faster and fastest in the comparative and superlative degree respectively. Some longer adjectives and adverbs are also declined by combining them with words like more, most, less and least before them. For example, beautiful becomes more beautiful and most beautiful. Carefully becomes more carefully and most carefully. These are the examples of regular adjectives and regular adverbs. Why? Because they undergo these predictable and consistent patterns of inflection. However, there are certain adjectives and adverbs that do not follow any regular pattern of inflection or declension. For instance, good, better and best. Well, better, best. Bad, worse, worst. Such adjectives and adverbs are known as irregular adjectives and irregular adverbs. That's the end of today's class. Hopefully you liked the video. Please do not forget to support and motivate our channel by liking our videos and subscribing to our channel for more grammar videos. Thank you so much.